Hooray for Hollywood! Hello there, I'm Stan the Movie Man. This is your WIMZ.com movie review. This week at WIMZ.com, your votes were a tie between two very different films, Marcy May Marlene and Happy Feet 2. Aside from being about somewhat dysfunctional families, the two movies couldn't be any more different. Let's start with Marcy May Marlene. This film stars Elizabeth Olsen, a sister of the Olsen twins from Full House, but she's the one who can act. And she plays a young woman named Martha, who, after the death of her mother, is lost and has no idea what she's going to do, and she falls into the clutches of a cult leader who has her living on a commune. Now, this cult leader, as they all do, claims he has the answer to all her problems, when in fact all he wants to do is have sex with the women who live on the commune. They also pull off petty crimes to raise money when they need it, and the commune leader is exerting the kind of control over his followers that can only lead to bad things. After a particularly bad thing happens, Martha runs away and calls her sister, whom she hasn't seen in 2 years. And her sister comes and gets her and takes her to live with her at a lake house that she and her husband are renting while their apartment in the city is being finished. The movie is about Martha's odd behavior, the apparent fear she has about being tracked down by the cult, and the difficulty that Martha causes in the relationship between her sister and her sister's husband. I was expecting something else, to be honest. The film has generally received very good reviews, but I don't know why. It's one of those movies where you think something's about to happen and it never does, but you think, okay, it'll happen later, and it doesn't. And then you think, okay, they're just ramping it up, and there's something big's gonna, and it never does. It is an effort to sit through this movie. Now knowing what I know, I can't recommend it to you. Even if something had happened, it wouldn't be very good. So, it's just a lot of setup with never any payoff. The only thing that recommends it is a couple of nude scenes and a couple of sex scenes, and that is it. I can't recommend anybody see this movie. I'm giving it 1 guitar. Now, let's talk about Happy Feet 2. I love the first Happy Feet, and all of the original cast, well, most of the original cast is back. Elijah Wood, Robin Williams, with the addition of Alicia Moore, who is better known as the singer Pink. She plays Gloria, who is the wife of Mumble and the mother of Eric, who is their little chick. Now, environmental changes are causing giant icebergs to break off of the Antarctic shelf, and the penguins live in a kind of a bowl. They're surrounded on all sides by ice cliffs, except for one opening that leads to the sea, but this giant iceberg comes in and blocks that. And if they can't figure out a way out, they're going to starve to death. Fortunately, Mumble, Eric, and a couple of other chicks are outside of the bowl when the iceberg hits, and it's up to them to figure out a way to save everybody. There's a lot of interaction between various species that normally wouldn't happen in real life. We also get a kind of a semi-connected subplot involving two krill who are voiced by Matt Damon and Brad Pitt. I really was wanting this to be good, and it's not really very good. I mean, it looks beautiful, the animation is spectacular, and the music is a lot of fun when you see penguins dancing to it. It goes from Queen to Janet Jackson to Justin Timberlake to opera. It covers a fairly wide gamut of musical styles. But the story lurches from one bit of catastrophe to another, and it doesn't have a coherent narrative flow. It just, it never, the story, the emotional part of the story, which is part of what made the first Happy Feet very enjoyable, just isn't there this time. It's just catastrophe, solve the catastrophe, catastrophe, solve the catastrophe, it just never really took off for me. And while it's nice to look at and the music's fun, it just did not all come together into an enjoyable viewing experience. And while children will love it and it has some nice messages, it's not really for the grown-ups. That's why I'm giving it 3 guitars. Go to WIMZ.com to read my complete review, as well as to vote on the movie I See next time. If you have any questions, you can send them to me at StanTheMovieMan@att.net. Follow me on Twitter as well, @MovieManStan. Till next time, see ya.